how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Age Technology Screens. And the new company, second company, is our www.blackseriesedition.com. Now, let me make sure we clear this up because some people I think are a bit confused that our pre-order will be launching on November the 2nd. People place orders for their products. You have to have a pre-order. So a pre-order will allow you to go in and put you on a list, and this list will start ship out on November the 2nd. So we're just doing that for the pre-orders only. And then later on, you'll be able to purchase the product. So someone came in yesterday and was like, wait a minute, I have until November the 2nd. I said, no, you have to have your pre-order in for November 2nd. November 2nd is a launch date. So if your pre-order is not in, we can't ship you anything. You won't get anything because if it's not on the list, we can't ship it out to you. Now, after that month passes, then we'll make it available. But this is for the pre-orders only. So, if you're interested in the product, and thank you those who supported the website, I do appreciate it. In the website, I need this website, I need this for the front page, panel demonstration to the wall. You'll be shipping out. Those of you who ordered the limited edition, you will be getting that product. Mind you, we're going to try to up that shopping cart a little bit more because I said before, we're going to be doing orders offline and online, and that's going to be a little bit confusing. Try to hard to get at 10 units per month. All right, now we're going to do a basic paint-on demonstration. I was downstairs, I was just thinking about something. I have never seen a gray screen painted in a fully lit environment, such like ours, and displaying. We do this in all demonstrations. We display color, contrast, and white levels. But I've never seen that. We did it back in the day when we did digital and crystal screen paint. We always painted screens in fully lit environments. That was the main thing that plagued gray screens back then. But I don't see it. I've never seen one. Only in somewhat darker environments, but never like this. Never in this environment like this. But anyway, let's get this started. So basically, it's really easy to do. Not hard, no multi-instructions, no graph sheets of that, just craziness. That's not simple and easy. Paint a wall, you paint a screen. Simple, basic, 9-inch nap paint roller. Unless you got a much bigger screen, you go bigger than that. And I forgot to grab my fan too. I really thought I had everything up here, but didn't have it up here. Dries in no time at all. And again, like I said, you paint around the wall. Now the reason why we have the caution tape up there is because I ran out of frog tape. That's why. And the reason why we have it up there is because I completely ran out of frog tape. It doesn't have to be frog tape. I've actually used that kind of kit art tape for a screen one time. It worked out just fine. Actually, you got for a couple of designs on the screen that I had downstairs. I hit that corner correctly. You know, I am about my corners. Corners just have to be just so. They drive me crazy. I need to lift this up a little bit because that's driving me a little crazy. I need to have them sharp corners. But it just goes to show you that, you know, if you don't have frog tape in the house, you can use other tape. And I've done it before many times on painting screens. All right. Hopefully we don't nail the wall, because I should have everything taped up right now. Now I do advise you, I'm used to doing it, I've done this a dozen times. If you're gonna be taping up, take some plastic painter's tape, if you don't want to hit your floor, and put an extra strip connecting that to the painter's tape that will drape across your baseboard and onto the floor. Do it that way. If you're spraying the application in, then you got to treat it like a crime scene. You got to basically put tape, painters, if you're good, like I said, if you're a professional, then you don't really do that. But if you're first time you want to spray this in, that's how you want to do it. I do advise you, it says on the website, open up your windows, let plenty of air in, well ventilated, and wear a mask. You're going to be that close to a screen spraying, always advise people to wear masks. I do it every time I'm working, I always wear a mask, glasses, all that. Now, you want to put your tape here, here, and here. I think I have a demonstration of me actually spraying a screen inside. But it's a roll-on application, it's made to be easy, just and you're done. All right, let's come over here, we have our board. We're going to be painting in today one of the blackest screens that we've ever developed. This is the limited black edition. We also have this downstairs on a 120-inch screen, displayed 120 screen display with a $60 ultra short term projector. This is the same black technology. Let me get this out of the other wall. Right up against there so I can hit that. Over there on my wall. It'll make a difference anyway, but still, it wants to be nice and clean. So what I like to do for me, this is what I like to do. Everybody does it differently. I like to get my edges first, a nice wide look for my edges. When I'm painting my edges, my roller is on a tilt, like this. This part's not even hidden, it's just that part when I'm doing my edges. It's a fast and easy way of doing it. And then later on I'll put more. Don't have to worry about no pressure. There's no pressure involved. There's no light pressure, easy, none of that involved. Just paint the screen, that's all. Basically, that's it. Just paint the screen. It's that one thing. You guys can see that. Alright. We're not using all that. I told you stuff has very good coverage. That's all we're using. That's it. The rest of it's right in there. That's all we're using. It didn't take a lot. That's what I said. 32 ounces for painted over 160-inch screen easily. Has extremely good coverage. We're going to get this side over here. Now, one of the things we get a lot when we're doing these black screens like this, we always get, do I have to prime the wall because my walls are white? And this is going to be a black surface going over a white wall. Do I have to prime? No, you don't ever have to prime. The only time you have to prime is you're using a different material. If you're using fabric, yeah, you're going to have to prime. The reason why we tell you to do that is because what happens in the fabric, some may absorb more, some may absorb less. You have uneven areas in the screen. You don't want to go through that. There's no waiting for the screen paint to settle. No 2 to 3 minutes in between drying time, none of that. Alright. So we got the corners nice. When the screen paint off, they always start off. I've done it a dozen times downstairs in the Maxwell zone. When they start off, they always start off dark. And as they start to dry, they get lighter. That's how it works. I can't express this enough. I have customers that will paint the screen in and then contact me the minute the screen's soaking wet and say, look, gotta let the screen dry. Give them the screen dry, they go, oh, okay, I see. There you go, let it dry. Give it a chance, give it a moment. Now you see I'm taking my time. Not have to worry about waiting a certain drying time. No, we're going to go through all that. Paint it in, that's it. One coat. Do your wall, and you're done. I'll tell you one thing. I'm hoping where I'm going at. It's a very kind of upscale area that I'm going to, and I'm kind of hoping to get me paint on the wall. Because honestly, the wall is beautiful. It's smooth. It's super flat. Man, and I'll tell you something. I really don't want to spend $500, $600 for a 126-inch screen to lay against my wall, and I can darn well just paint that wall in. So I'm going to see what happens. If I'm putting in a couple of 250s in this place, I think I should be able to paint on my wall. So let's see where that goes to. I'd rather prefer to paint on my wall. It's done. I ain't got no machinery to bring in. Don't have to put nothing together. Just paint it to the wall. That's what I found fascinating about glue screen. Paint a screen on the wall? That's crazy. That's bonkers. Nope. And that technology is very real. Of course, we bless this day. Our day is blessed with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who always blesses us with amazing technology. And I remember, I'm going to go back to my old video demonstration. We're painting walls. Those demonstrations, that's fantastic. And there's just any areas we may have missed. That's all. I want you to go any heavy on the screen sometimes. It's a little heavy, but don't worry about that. Now, if your kids for some reason decide to turn your screen into an artboard, you just take a little paint, you just zoop, and you're done. That's it. There is no multi-coat application. Now, you see the difference in that? See the white wall versus that black technology? See how everything comes to life? See how the colors pop? you really think that you're getting the best out of your projector on a white surface, and a gray screen can give you a little bit of a difference, but not a lot. You still won't see 100% contrast, so that's not going to happen. And we all know when screens are darker, they pick up better color, better contrast. That's why the gunmetals are so expensive. There you go. And we're using that 5,000 lumen Christie projector. Later on, we'll swap it out for 1,000, as we always do. I mean, these screens pick up in the max zone downstairs. Up here is nothing. This is a cakewalk. Now, in order for that screen to see its white levels correctly, put you guys over here because I got each on my back. Let's put you over here. There we go. That'd be much better. You'll see a little better there. See how much better that looks? It's like painting an OLED right to your wall. Because the paint's still wet. Look at that. Now all our products we have here, the Black Series, limited edition, the Fusion, Complete Cinema. All our products are tested. If you ever want to see our tested demonstrations, we have them displayed right on the website. You go to our website and you will see, where's my website now? Take it on. I should have my website on. You will go to test demonstrations. A few customers that were going through the website, they love it. They went in there and they said, man, there's so much information in there. And then there's test demonstrations. You can go hit shopping carts and you can see videos come up. We're going to have these videos, well, this is going to be posted in that limited edition. For customers to place the orders, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Now the reason why I'm kind of taking my time a little bit here while doing this is because in some screen paints they would tell you you have to paint the screen in a certain amount of time or it comes unsettled, and no, we don't have that issue. Instead, if you're painting the screen right now, your kids are doing something, your dog's doing something, somebody comes to the door and you have to walk away from the screen for a minute. That's not going to mess with the screen. It doesn't require for it to have anything set. Everything settles evenly. Yep. Even Steven. Now I was laying down and the Lord directed me to get up. And he said, you know what you're going to do today? You're going to get on camera and you're going to paint in that screen. That's what you're going to do. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm on camera, following what the Lord tells me to do. Get on camera, paint your screen. Let's see if we can find the site. I can't get the site here somewhere. There we go. So, there's the website right there. I had a lot of fun. Still working on the website. Search engine optimizer nightmare I'm going through, but this is the site right here. People are getting a kick out of the wordplay. And if you're curious on seeing any of the demonstrations, you go over here to where it says test demonstrations. Sorry about the paint on my hands. And you can see all the test demonstrations that we've done on all the products will pop up right here for you to see. These are all test demonstrations against certified screens versus white screen. Black versus black is my favorite. Those are demonstrations we put black fabric, black paint, everything against the screen to show that our technology is not, at the end of the day, can back itself up not being black paint. And I've explained that many times before, that's something you're going to have to back up. You have to make sure and guarantee the customer that they're not getting house paint in the end. And that's why we have that demonstration like that. And multiple demonstrations like that. We want to show our customers that we're not shipping down to you everyday black paint. But you're actually getting a product. We just go over a little bit, that's all. Making sure we didn't miss any spots. That's what I like to do. Get everything in there quite nicely. God is good, is he not? God is absolutely amazing. And I told you, all my technology, everything I have comes from my Lord and Savior. That's the reason why I can do that, because it's a blessing from the Lord. All right, then we'll grab me a fan. All right. Let's find the fan first, but I found it. Now, let me show you. It doesn't take much. This is how much paint we got left. That's enough to paint another one of those. Easily. It doesn't take much. That's a 32, well actually at the time, we had it at 32 ounces. Because that's what I wanted to put the paint in, ship it off in 32s. That was able to paint 120 inch, still have paint left over to paint a few of these right here. The Gamer was the first one we developed, had the ability to paint 129, and it was able to paint 120 inch screen. No problem. Still have paint left over. So, this stuff has amazing coverage, which means 32 ounces is more than enough. It actually has some more coverage than the 44s and 39s. That's why we didn't have to make the 24s. Now, people are saying, well, what if I want to just paint a 100 inch screen? Well, the problem we came in with that is when we had the 24 ounces, we had people coming in, before we put 32s in, it was 24s and 50s. People were coming in, they were buying like 2 or 3 of the 24s at around $204 a pop. Just to get a bigger screen size. They didn't want anything too big, but they wanted some in between that line, and they didn't want to spend what they were going to spend for the 50 ounces. A 32 in its price size, its size, will paint a screen size from 50 all the way up to 160. Which means ounces, we don't want to have all that. You know how expensive that gets? I mean, we have to buy all these multiple containers, and when I really start thinking about it, we just need one that does the job of all. Keep it simple, keep it easy. So at 32 ounces, you have the ability to paint up to 160 inch screen. And if you're doing a 235.1, it'll be 158, 235.1. That's the biggest you can go, is 258. 258 on down. That's what you can do in 235.1. If you're doing 1610, then you have 129 inch, 127. I have 2 of those in the house, 1610s. I was on, I didn't know the proper measurements for 1610 until I saw on the leak screen that was 1610. I was like, oh, that's what it is. 129, 127 is 1610. So if you see that option on your projector, like, hey, I don't see screens for that. There are screens for it. They come in weird sizes. Now, those are the 1610. They're considered to be true widescreen, the size 16:9. And oh, no, right, not really true widescreen, because true widescreen would be 239, 235 would be that. And then when you get into that area, that aspect ratio, or the 235, the widescreen, they're like 4 or 5 or 6 of those. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so we're drying it out. I'm going to check out my edges real quick. I like to make sure my white. Make sure I didn't skip anything. Got my corners nicely. All right, and our screen's still wet. It's going to get much brighter than this. This is how easy it is to paint in. There are things, like I said, that can kill a product. Instructions is one of them. That's the first one that'll murder a product quick. And it has to be fast, it has to be easy, showing the customer that they can paint the screen in no time at all. And you have to show results from the door. And that's very important. You have to see results from the door. Can't show any form of doubt in there. That's why I do these demonstrations. I project something onto the screen. You can see the white wall first, and you can see our technology cover over, and you can see the difference. These are presentations that I have to do in different companies. Walk in there with a huge sheet of white drywall and basically coat it in and do the demonstration right from there in front of them. All right, let's get our painter taking things off the wall. I think I've got my edges quite nicely. Now, like I said, this right here is just caution tape. You can use the same thing. You don't have to use frog tape. I did a couple of customized motorized projection screens downstairs. I used that kids tape that they use for doing designs on. That's what I use. Scared of it on our paint. Yes, you can do all that. And look at the instructions down the specification sheet. It'll tell you what you can paint and what you can't paint. The only two things we have a problem with is polyester tarps, because it doesn't stick for some reason. It slides right off when it gets wet. People want to take them outside. It doesn't work well, and it does crack and peel. And stucco. Now, we did a stucco screen before, and I've done one where a customer just wanted us to paint it onto the stucco because they didn't want to change the wall. And then we had another customer that allowed us to outline where we wanted to put the screen, and we sanded it down in that one section, which looked pretty sharp. I wanted to push it a little bit far in so we can put some EL wire around it. They were just happy with that. Now, if you happen to get, some people, when they put their frog tape down, they might get a bleed out. And that's where you may have some of the paint they didn't push down correctly, and some of the paint may push through. You might have a little on the edge of that. Don't worry about that. What you do is you take your frog tape and you put it on the inside of your screen, and then you paint over top of that to color your wall, and boom, that's it. It cleans that up that fast, that quick. It's not really hard. I've done it a few times. I had a wall that painting the background red. I was painting the background red. That's what I was doing on the design. And what had happened, I'm done. That's basically about it. Now it's not, I'm surprised I got it this well, and I'll tell you why, because the walls in this house are a little bit uneven. That's why I know when I hit an ultra short though in here, certain walls I can hit and certain walls I cannot hit in here. How do you find if your walls are even? Get an ultra short though projector. It will tell you. You put it against the wall, some people think it's the projector being damaged, and it was warped or something with the lens. No, that's because your walls are uneven. That's why when you use ultra short throws, the screen has to be perfectly flat. I've done ultra short throws on untensioned motorized projection screens. Usually they want you to use tabbies, which is tension screens, because it lays flat every single time. But by when I get my motorized screens, the surface is the PVC is a little bit flimsy. So what I do is I put a couple of extra coats on that, and that stiffens the surface. So that's how I was able to fix that problem with the, I got one of the projectors that are customized to look like a nuclear bomb went off, like it's all corroded and has a cool little design to it. And I got a screen to match with it. Well, I coat that multiple times and you're good to go. Now again, if you are worried about if you paint your screen, motorized screen 2 or 3 times, you're going to jam your motor, that is not going to happen. I got 4 cheap motorized projection screens sitting downstairs in the almost dismantled shop. And down there, we have multiple coats on those surfaces, and those are cheap motors by the day. They're $68 motorized screens, and they run with no problem. It takes quite a bit. I was able to blow out a motor. I did 40 applications to do it. It takes about 40 to 50 applications to burn a motor out on a motorized screen. It takes quite a lot. So you see how bright the image is getting? I told you, it's nice and bright as it starts to dry. Now the difference between the limited black edition is the fact that they have the ability to pull that 100% of the Heitner technology. The other screens, if you know, when we used to fire them up and we get that woo, it would blow up off the screen, and we had to tone the screen down so it would adjust. That's why. These don't have that issue. They automatically pick up at a 100%. You don't have to put anything to adjust it or tone it, nothing. It's a fast application, that's all. Just showing you do something else. I told you before, a screen should be easy. Customers should put one application, be done. If your wall is white, blue, green, purple, orange, you don't have to worry about that. It's a one-coat application, you're finished, you're done, that's it. Go pop yourself some, but matter of fact, by the time you get done painting the screen, throw a fan on, you can go downstairs and just pop yourself some popcorn. Now, what do I do with my remote control from here? That's it right there. 4K demonstrations. Now the markings, you know, I definitely suggest you have markings like, please sand your wall. Me, I'm just painting over it just to show you how easy it is to apply the surface. But I do advise you, if you have any marks or anything raising up off the screen, do sand over top of it. But this to show you how fast and easy it goes in. And again, as I said, sand needs to be off. Our screen's already dry. See how bright the white levels come up? I'm going to be doing one of these demonstrations outside. I've painted screens outside before. 100% contrast level. My projector has a 2000 to 1 contrast ratio. On this screen, it's over 2 million because the screen, again, physically black. Now, what people miss the most in the OLED demonstration is that the multi-shades of black it displays, including the solid black in the background. That's the beautiful thing about the OLED demonstration. And then it can show color, and there's white levels, and all that at the same time. But when that horse comes up there, it's the multi-shades of black. If you look at it, there's multi-shades of black that will triggering off at the same time, including the solid black behind it. Now, if the screen can't pick up a black level properly, it's not going to pick up the multi-layers of black at the same time because you can't see the first one. It's not going to see the second, third, fourth, or fifth. Now, when we do batch numbers, this is what we do. Every time when we get a few orders here, a massive order here, every container that ships out of where we're going to be at next, so I can't explain that to you next, but wherever place we ship that product out, batch numbers are always attached to the containers, which means the same demonstration you're seeing here is the same thing you will see over and over again and again every time we ship it out. That number sitting on the back of your container, that's your batch number. You can go to any video demonstration that we have, match it with your serial numbers, and you'll be able to bring it right up, no problem whatsoever. As I said before, we back our products at 100%. This is why I put that screen through all that testing. You go to the website, you look at where you see demo tests or test demos, you look and you see that, and you see all those tests we're doing, hours and hours of testing. That's so we can come in here and do demonstrations like this, because we want the screen to be able to pull up, we want it to work perfectly fine, we don't want any issues or problems. Make sure it maintains on 1,000 lumens. We have to go through all these tests. And this is why explaining, and I can't say it enough, why testing is extremely important. Oh, you think I was going to forget, did you? This is ambient rejection technology. Designed to eat light. So our technology here, yes, advanced ambient light projection technology. Downstairs we have this on a 120 inch on an ultra short projector, and we can do that in a fully lit environment. Now, how bright are the screens? Well, there's a demonstration we have on the website. It's in the demo section. You might want to check it out. It's pretty cool. We take a 1,000 lumen projector, we put it side by side to a 5,000 lumen projector, let them both hit the screen at the same time, and you will notice that the 1,000 lumen projector is able to maintain its brightness next to 5,000 lumens, which shows you how much light the screen can generate off a projector of only 1,000 lumens. Now, one of the things that fades the most in all this lighting is contrast. Contrast escapes the screen extremely fast, and that's the reason why you don't see a lot of demonstrations in fully lit environments, because again, there's nothing wrong with the ultra short throw projectors you see. They have plenty of lumens just sitting right up against the screen. The problem is when the lights come on, color and contrast wash out. YouTube, football highlights.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, this is my sister's team.
In this world, there are heroes and there are villains. Heroes don't kill.
The Patriots have always done. They figure out how to use the personnel they have.
It's like painting your own TV or OLED TV.
He's got the first down. This is line. Play action. Here they come. Warrior got rid of it. Touchdown. And it's caught by Aguilar. And 8 from the 17.
Remind you, projector we're using behind me, $270. Old Christie 2012 outdated projector. It's a relic. That's an old projector. We're not using anything new, nothing fancy, nothing expensive, no lasers, no 4K, nothing. That's all, just basic 1080p and the old 1080p projector. I think this is projector. I don't know what the color process, but I know it's pretty low. But $270 projector. So you can go on eBay and pick yourself up a projector for under $300 with our product and come out with an amazing image. And again, like I said, because this projector right here is, though it has a 2000:1 contrast because the screen is physically black, you're going to pick up a contrast level over 2 million and do it in a fully lit environment without the screen being disrupted. 8K desired nature, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
So imagine how much money you save at the end of the day, especially for companies. You're not required to have expensive projectors to make up for what the screen can't see. This technology pulls a 100% contrast level, which means any projector you use, as long as it's name brand, whether it has 100:1, 200:1, 1,000:1, 2,000:1 contrast, you will pick up a black level higher than 2 million. Now for those people saying, but again, this is not projecting black, it is black. Even with and I explained before, with the projectors that had that capability for 2 million to 1, you're not seeing a black level, you're seeing multi-shades of gray. The darker the screen, the darker the gray, which means in order to get that particular tone, you're going to have to be to pick up a very dark screen to do this. And again, that dark screen is going to have to be to maintain white levels. It has to go through the same testing our products go to because you have to be to back up those white levels. Very, very important to back those white levels up. And these demonstrations must be done in fully lit environments to make sure that the screen is functioning perfectly. That's why I don't like demonstrations in the dark, because again, that's cheating, because again, that's how people try to enhance picture color, quality, and all that stuff by being in the dark. But to do this in a fully lit environment, that'll test your screen. So when they buy those projectors with those high contrasts, it's just a fix to be able to pick up a much darker level. But still, with all that power, they can't do this because they have to be in the dark to do it. So that's what I saw when I watched a lot of the P2 demonstrations. Everybody was sitting either in ambient light controlled environments or they were just sitting in the dark. And you spent all that money for a machine that you will never, ever use the contrast. The reason why I say that, I said before, if you use it on a white screen, still you're not picking up contrast. If you pick it up on a mid-gray, a light gray screen, still you're not picking up contrast. If you use it on a gunmetal screen, well, that's going to cost you money, $3,000 for a screen. Again, you'll pick up much better than the gray screen and the white screen and the mid-gray screen, but you're talking about a $3,000 projection screen, $5,000 machine, $5,000 projection screen on top of that. So that's going to cost you some money. But you're still, at the end of the day, not picking up 100% black. With our technology, you are picking up 100% black, but then what good is the 2 million to 1 if you can already see black on a screen with a projector that doesn't even have a 2 million to 1? That's where the reality kicks in. I have a customer who has a JVC, I think it's like 5 million to 1, it's insane, it's crazy insane. Purchases our product, went out and got his older projector he had downstairs, which I think has a 3001 contrast. Threw that against the screen. He sees no difference in the contrast levels. Of course, the screen's black. That projector, the older one, is still going to pick up the same contrast level as the $30,000 JVC he spent for. Because unless someone's going to tell me, and this is where it gets bonkers, unless someone's going to tell me that there's a projector out there that can maintain a contrast level higher than an actual physical black screen. We all know that's impossible. Look how beautiful that comes out. All right, I don't want this video to be too long. But just want to show you, when I do these videos, I want to show you a little bit of everything so you can see everything from the door. We'll do some other demonstrations later on today on the painted screen. I'll bring up a 1,000 lumen projector. That's one of the things I don't see when I watch a lot of paint displays. I don't see the before and after. And if they are doing the before and after, it's in a dark environment. There's no windows near the screen. That's why I thought this area right here would be absolutely perfect. Oh, we can't forget our white levels, can we? Skyworth food demonstration, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
See how beautiful and natural the colors come up? I don't like to be on top of the screen. You know my issues with that one. Yeah, I hope they do let me paint it on the wall. Man, that'd be so much easier. I'm gonna make me a batch of this. I'm at 32 ounces is all I need. I should make each one for myself with a new place. But definitely want to put a game upstairs. Now you see how natural the colors are coming up? This is what you want from black technology. See how everything looks? Let's go back to that for a minute. That's one of the things I like to watch on here. I love this demonstration because it shows white levels on so many levels. So you see the color of her hand, you see the color of the food, see how bright and vivid it is. Look at the chopping board. All that basically is using multiple levels of white levels to produce those nice bright colors. But also too, the screen must maintain a contrast level, a very heavy contrast level to maintain the contrast. This is what allows the screen to transition from one section to the next, to over to black levels, to white levels, to colors, back and forth. Very important in black technology that you have that ability. See how beautiful and natural that looks? Look at the fingernails, look at the skin tone, look at the blade, look at the table, look at the fruit. All that involves white levels, different shades of white levels on a screen that's literally jet black. Now, if there was dark shadows here where you couldn't see this, and dark shadows there, and dark shadows around here and here, and around, yeah, that's how we would know if we're looking at a screen, okay, it's not reading white levels correctly. I know we're a bit over time here, but I love this, I really do. I love doing these demonstrations. Definitely another perfect example. Beautiful, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful white levels. Sorry, I got paint still in my hands. All right, I'm gonna end the demonstration here. Upload this. This is going directly to the website because I want to do a paint on demonstration and just explain so much more about the product. And you know, this helps customers at the end of the day because again, when they're watching this or when they've seen a black screen for the first time, same thing I went through the first time I saw diamond technology. It's a lot of questions go through your head. Can it pick up white levels? Can it see this? Can it see that? There's a lot of questions there. So I hope this helps you with some of the questions, some of the things that's going through your head, answer some of your questions from the door, and showing you how easy it is to apply the surface. It's very easy to coat, not hard to do. And if your walls are white, you can just roll over top of it. You're not going to have an issue whatsoever. I do advise if you do have any areas that are raising up off your surface to do sand those down nice and smooth. Other than that, you should be good to go. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. This is the Advanced Ambient Light Rejection Black Series Limited Edition Black. They are in special shopping carts. If you're curious, where do you get this particular item from? You will not find it in the black shop. You come over here to our website. Sorry about my camera being on a tilt there, but I'm going to show you. If you go over to the website, you will see something there that says limited edition. This is the product we're using right now. And when you hit that, you will be able to see where you can pre-order the product. There are the demonstrations we have on display, and there is the shopping cart. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time. I have to go. And of course, we thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for always blessing us with amazing technology. Gotta go, and God bless. Our Lord is